Hello and welcome to Course Like Your Car Brochure channel. In today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the Singer Gazelle. Welcome back, and if you're new to Course Like, we're here on YouTube looking at car brochures for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in car brochures and cars in general, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode. We're going all the way back to the 60s for today's episode for the Singer Gazelle. Kind of like think Hillman Hunter, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. This is a UK brochure for maybe 67, 68, no date on there, but it is saying the new Singer, so we're going to be thinking about 67, 68 because it was launched in 67, ran till 70. Anyway, let's have a look at today's brochure. So there you go, here is today's brochure. What a lovely condition this brochure is for, like I say, 67, 68. The top of it is saying the all new Singer Gazelle, new low-lined, new 5-seater luxury. Now this only came in a 4-door saloon like we see here now, and obviously, related to the Hillman Hunter, bit of badge engineering going on here. One of the numerous models in sort of the Roots Arrow range. Well, I always think the Singer Gazelle is possibly just a slightly upmarket version of a Hillman Hunter. Just a little bit, but I think it was a little bit more upmarket than the Hillman Hunter. This only went from 67 to 70 though, so quite a short-lived name, and this is kind of like the end of the Singer name overall. I also think for this time period, like 67 to 70, I always think what a modern looking car it is. If you look at cars of this period, they certainly look very 60s, but this almost looks like a 70s car to me, so I think it was a little bit ahead of its time in design. And of course the Singer Gazelle name was used many times, so this is going to be like a Singer Gazelle Mark 7, I do believe, and kind of the last of the line as well. Anyway, let's not witter anymore, let's actually open the brochure up and have a look inside. Now, one thing to say is, unlike brochures of this time, it kind of like opens more conventionally. People will remember 60s brochures tended to open more like a poster size, fold out style brochure, but this is a 60s brochure and just opens quite normally, so I guess you could even say the brochure is a little bit ahead of its time. Anyway, let's zoom in on some of these images and some of the text. So I'll zoom in on this little red example, and I guess I just like the design of these. It's just a no-nonsense 4-door saloon, isn't it? But like I say, kind of a bit ahead of its time. I think of this as more like a 70s boxy shape, and even with these like rectangular headlights at the front, although obviously we've still got lots of chrome bumpers, chrome grille, etc. Let's have a look at some of the text. So at the top there, it's telling us Singer quality, big value. Here is the Singer Gazelle that is completely new in size, styling and luxury. A quality Singer, low in cost and economical to run. Magnificent value for money. Consider what you get in the new Singer Gazelle. Elegant body styling with long low lines of crisp design. Compact overall dimensions to fit the normal size garage. A roomy interior with luxurious seating for 5 and curved side windows for extra shoulder room. Quality finish and luxury appointments. Equipment on a generous scale at no extra cost, including a new fresh air ventilation and heating system. Now remember, at this time, some vehicles didn't even come with a heater. New instruments and easy to use controls, 4 wide opening doors. Comprehensive safety features that include road gripping suspension and front disc brakes, large luggage accommodation and a new 1500 engine for smooth, lively, economical performance, with automatic transmission available as an extra. You'll be proud to own a car like this, distinguished by Singer style and quality. Take a good look at the new Gazelle in your dealer's showroom, then ask for a luxury demonstration ride. And then we've got a little bit of an interior look, so let's zoom in on that. So as we zoom in, it's a lovely looking interior actually. I like these carpets and these door cards, and obviously at the top we've even got this sort of wood trim at the top and a wood dash. So all the luxuries there. So overall a nice looking interior. Not sure what these seats are made of. Does that look a little bit vinyl-y? I'm not sure. We'll certainly have a look at that in a moment. But before we do that, let's look at the rear of the Singer Gazelle. And there we go, have a look at the rear of the car. Obviously we can see this quite antiquated sort of leaf suspension there. Very basic looking lights and an unusual placement for the gas cap at the rear there. I'm not sure how that would fare up with a rear impact with it being positioned there, but there we go. Anyway, let's have a look at some more text. It then goes on to tell us ride in luxury. There's roomy seating for 5 in the new Singer Gazelle. Curved side windows for increased shoulder room in both compartments. Ample headroom and legroom. Seating is luxuriously comfortable. Trim is in the high quality Ambla, A-M-B-L-A. Maybe someone might enlighten me what that trim is. With horizontal flutings and rollover tops for extra comfort. Individual front seats are contoured for ease and support. Doors are trimmed to glass level to match upholstery. Floors are fully carpeted and the interior is efficient soundproofed. Wide opening doors allow you to step in and out with ease. All doors have chrome pulls and anti-burst locks. Child-proof catches are fitted to the rear doors. The front doors operate an interior courtesy light. Standard amenities include 4 built-in ashtrays, coat hooks and final luxury, refreshing fresh air ventilation and heating. As we turn the page, we've got more sort of details of those interior fittings and finishings, so let's have a look at that now. And first thing we do is look at that lovely interior with that sort of wood finish, and we've got these quite modern looking little ventilations, sort of these swivel ventilations, but then we've got these very sort of antiquated switch gear. Rather nice to see that little Gazelle badge on that steering wheel, but we've got lots of, you know, little places to put odds and ends on this little shelf here. And then it gives a little bit of a diagram about the heating and ventilation. Yeah, it's a bit strange it's making a big deal about it, but for the time this is quite a modern system. So then it gives us a little drawing for the little ventilation system, which is quite nicely drawn, isn't it? And then some little key details. So we got this little swivelling vent. It's very sort of old-fashioned blower, but I always like touching the little switches actually. They're quite nice to flip on and off. And then we got this little interesting little vent there behind that rear quarter light. Drive in Singer style, it says. It goes on to tell us, if I just put the camera right, there's no doubt it's a Singer. The driving position is beautifully designed. The driving seat is adjustable for legroom. A curved front screen and sloping bonnet give superb driving views. The fascia is in elegant walnut veneer with expertly planned instruments and controls. There's a lockable glove box on the passenger side and a full-length partial shelf below. This steering wheel is angled for comfort. All controls are within easy reach, pedals are comfortably spaced, fascia, surround, sun visors and partial shelf have safety padding. The passenger visor is fitted with a vanity mirror. One master stroke switch on the steering column operates turn indicators, headlamp dip, headlamp flasher and twin tone horns. Fresh air ventilation and heating. Air inside the car is changed continuously. Everyone is more comfortable. The driver remains wide awake and alert. 2 adjustable fascia vents control direction of airflow. Stale air extracted through vents at rear. Heater with 2-speed blower is standard. You choose cool or warm air. Blower can be used for demisting and defrosting front screen. We then get this lovely little image of this sort of interior of the Singer Gazelle. Interesting placement of the handbrake there, and obviously there's lots of nice period fashion there as well. Even give you an idea where the key would be located there. We do have this little vanity mirror, as it described, this lockable glove box, and quite a large boot by the looks of it. Next page is addressing the mechanicals, and a lovely little image of this rear of this blue Gazelle here as well. I think we'll start with this picture before looking at these more mechanical details. First image is this rather lovely coloured Gazelle. I do like this colour actually. We've also got these white wall wheels you can just about make out, and the white painted steel wheels. One thing is to notice though, with these 60s cars, even though this looks like a more modern car than the 60s, they always did the seat backs really low. Obviously no head restraints at this time, but like I said, very low seats, so I'm not sure how that would feel in sort of a rear impact. But a beautiful styled car, like I say. I think it's just really nicely proportioned. The next page is entitled Drive with Singer Safety. Many features contribute to the exceptional safety of the new Gazelle. Tough, all steel unitary construction for all round security, fresh air ventilation for alert driving, clear vision, excellent driving views, powerful headlamps for night driving. Zebra zoned toughened front seats, very 60s thing. You'll see even if the screen is crazed, so I'll break the screen and you can actually see through the window, was kind of like the idea of that zebra zone. Protective moulded fascia with padded surround, safety padding on parcel shelf and sun visor, anti-burst door locks, child-proof catches on rear doors, seatbelt anchorages for front seats. Controls expertly designed for quick, effortless use, accurate steering system, twin tone horns with clear warning note, safety ledge wheel rims to hold tyres securely. Lovely little drawing here of the engine and gearbox. It says the engine is angled to 10 degrees to allow the bonnet line. This improves forward vision, so a little bit of a sloping bonnet, even though it looks quite a square looking car by today's standards. It goes on to tell us the brilliant new 1500 engine, power and flexibility for all traffic conditions, smooth responsive performance over the whole speed range, lively acceleration and top speeds of 80 miles per hour from the new 1496cc OHV Gazelle engine. Fuel economy of 30 to 34 miles per gallon. Developed from the proven Singer design, the 1500 is precision built, efficient and reliable. Advanced features include 5-bearing crankshaft for smooth, quiet running, constant depression carburetor for improved breathing and fuel economy, large oil capacity, efficient air cleaner, large inlet and outlet valves, rubber sleeved prop shaft for smooth power transmission, 4-speed all synchromesh gearbox, diaphragm clutch that needs only light pedal pressure. Maintenance economy. There are no greasing points on the new Singer Gazelle. Routine servicing intervals are only every 5,000 miles. Again, it's got some more sort of nice drawings, and certainly with 60s brochures you find more often than not the most things are actually drawings than anything else. The text to one side is telling us that the new suspension incorporates front strut assemblies with large leaf springs and double acting shock absorbers at rear, and anti-roll bar increases stability. And then if we just move down, it's telling us front disc brakes are matched with large rear drum brakes, all self-adjusting, lining are fade resistant. And at the bottom here, little automatic, when Borg Warner fully automatic transmission is ordered, the new Gazelle is fitted with a larger 1725cc engine. Floor mounted selector lever is shown. Okay, back page now. Specifications, as they're more often than not located on these older brochures. This is the dimensions. We're going to leave the dimensions. That's going to be very hard to follow on camera. So let's start with these specifications. So the specifications, now I'm not going to read it all word for word, but of course you can pause the screen at any time if you do want to look at it in any more detail. It's showing here that standard engine, the 1496cc with 64 bhp. Ignition, it's a 12 volt unit, and it's saying we've got Champion sparking plugs in there. Cooling, a little bit of information about the cooling system, and the clutch diameters. Gearbox, it's a 4-speed, but it is all synchromesh on the forward gears, which is quite nice, and it's got a center floor gear change. And at the bottom here we've got sort of the ratios and the rear axle detail. It's telling us a unitary construction, so it's not a chassis or a separate chassis, it's all one. So quite a modern sort of way of doing that. Underbody treatment for sound deadening and corrosion protection. I don't know if they were that good at warding off rust, but I guess that's the time. Front suspension is fully independent coil springs and strut type. Rear suspension though is that very antiquated semi-elliptical leaf springs. Some information about the steering. The brakes, so obviously discs at the front, drums at the back. Wheels, of course, are steel wheels. Little details about the tyres. The petrol tank capacities, the weights, and the instruments. So we've got a speedometer, fuel gauge, water temperature gauge, warning lights for ignition, oil pressure, headlamp, main beam, and directional indicators. Standard equipment is actually quite nice for the time, so we've got that heater and blower, fresh air ventilation equipment, screen washer, 2 padded sun visors, headlamp flasher, chrome door pulls, glove box and parcel shelf, ashtrays indoors, rear compartment coat hooks, zebra zone toughened windscreen, rear door childproof catches, anti-burst door locks, interior courtesy lights, and front seat belt anchorages. No colour chart, but you usually got it written down at this time in a lot of 60s brochures. So we can have Embassy Black with tan upholstery, Dawn Mist with red upholstery, Holly Green with green upholstery, Tartan Red with black upholstery, Polar White with black upholstery, and Midnight Blue with blue upholstery. I wonder which one you would have picked. That Midnight Blue is very nice, but I think I'd probably go for that Holly Green with the green upholstery. So optional extras you could have, so as told you before, you could have it as an automatic, and then it came as a 1725cc, and looks like those white wall tyres were an optional extra. We also can get some rather interesting special accessories, so a very full and attractive range of accessories is available, including a Smith's Radiomobile clock, oil gauge, ammeter, fog, spots and reversing lights with and also overriders and wheel trim discs, etc. So very interesting little add-ons there you can do. It looks like you could get a special accessory leaflet. Sadly I don't have that. And then we've got some references for this particular brochure. So reference 7510, a little bit of an unusual range of numbers there, 24730. That usually is somewhere around there, usually refers to the date, but certainly not in this case. And then to one side we've got the rather nice sort of Singer Roots little emblem, and that's sort of like Chrysler. Pentastar is kind of like in there as well. So there we go, the Singer Gazelle brochure from the 60s. Very interesting little brochure, that one, isn't it? I don't know if you remember these cars. I kind of like more remember sort of the Hillman Hunters. I think this was a little bit more upmarket though. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like the video, please do like the video. Makes sense. And also subscribe, because that really does help the channel. Many more episodes coming in the near future, so look out for those. But for now, we'll say take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.